Xin chào các bạn. Today we'll be making a Halloween Vietnamese coffee with a twist. Now, Vietnam doesn't have Halloween. We don't celebrate Halloween. We don't really think about it as an event to look forward to. We don't go trick-or-treating. It's not something that we do. It's something that we are picking up because it's westernized. It's sort of, you know, it's a bit like Christmas. We don't celebrate Christmas specifically, but because everyone else is, we're just joining in with the fun. And Halloween's the same. It's not traditional. Anyway, from us, I live in the UK, so for us, we're gonna be making Vietnamese coffee, which beats Starbucks, Costa, you know, you name it, Pret, blah, 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 blah. And don't come at me, but it is hands down the best coffee ever.
Okay.
The way we do it is so simple, and like I feel like it's nothing special, but it's just what we pair it with, how we drink it. Now it's known that coffee was introduced by the Dutch. Vietnam has a signature coffee press. It's eco-friendly, it's environmental friendly, no paper is wasted, there is no waste from beginning to end, and you can reuse this signature Vietnamese coffee press over and over again. I keep calling it press, I think it's coffee filter. I'll be taking you through how, step by step, how I make a Halloween Vietnamese coffee with a twist. So today we're doing two. So one, we're gonna do a typical pumpkin spice latte using, and not the traditional ingredients. We've got pumpkin puree, we'll be using condensed milk, fresh milk, loads of spice. Of course, we have pumpkin spice. If you can't get pumpkin spice, of course you can use cinnamon, allspice, things like that to like make it all like autumnal and spicy. And then the second drink, we're gonna do pandan coffee. Oh my God. If you've never had pandan, like as in the pandan cake, the very like vibrant neon green cake, you haven't lived yet. You just have like. So today's ingredients are as follows. Of course, filtered coffee. Run through the clip of me making this filtered coffee. This is some truly dark stuff, and if you like it really condensed and really strong, then make sure you run this liquid through the filter several times, because that kind of adds strength and you're kind of refiltering all the ground up coffee. Make sure that you don't throw your coffee grounds away. Put it into your soil. It's such a great like soil filler, and also good nutrients for the plants. Make sure that your plants can have it because it's very acidic. Next, I have pumpkin puree. You can get it canned, you can make it fresh. If you're gonna make it fresh, there are loads of recipes online, but how I suggest to make it is chop the pumpkin up. I put it in the oven. I love when the pumpkin kind of caramelizes. I don't put anything on it. I don't even like add salt or pepper or water or oil, nothing. Just put it in the oven, let it cook and soften in its own, like pumpkin has its own like kind of water content. So make sure that you just cook it down until it's softened, and then blend it or crush it with like a potato masher. However you like to do it. This is canned because I'm just saving time for today, but make sure that you don't add sugar in or throughout your drinks, because the condensed milk is super sweet. Speaking of the devil, condensed milk. This is not a traditional brand that I normally go with, but this is one I found in the local supermarket. Good stuff. Can't go wrong with it. If your family had it, or like my parents or my grandparents had it, we've always dipped our fingers in it, especially in the fridge, because it's like a less strong, like a weaker version of caramel or toffee or anything like that. Pandan Extract. This is for the second drink we're making. I have had this for quite a while now, and I put it into cakes, I put it into like desserts, souffles, you name it. Really strong though, so go gentle with it. Today we're probably going to be using half a teaspoon max, probably a little bit more per taste, and that's the same with the pumpkin. I have here a half a cup but because I'm only making several drinks, that'd be enough. If you're making one drink, probably only a third, like a quarter, or if not less than that. You can even just use a tablespoon if it's just you and you don't really like the strong earthiness of a pumpkin flavor, but I love it, so I got half a cup, and it's probably gonna make 3 to 4 cups of coffee, depending really. It may be more, maybe less, depending on how milky you like it. Boba. This is Pandan Boba. I didn't realize this existed. This is so awesome. Who would have thought Pandan Boba existed? I think because I'm so inexposed to these sort of things, I don't really know. I'm so basic when I order bubble tea. Actually, I want to know, let me know down in the comments down below what your bubble tea order is, because I'm so fascinated by other people's boba tea orders. I just go for a milk tea or an oolong tea, extra pearls if I really fancy it, or a coconut thingy, but like it's called QQ, means chewy, like QQ, but this is black, normal black pearls. But my idea is I'm gonna go for a really crazy, like green, vibrant, like boba, which is gonna look like mystique, googly, weird, a little bit scary, a little bit like extreme. And then like with the pumpkin one, the black one's gonna stand out like googly eyeballs and like you know, like what's it called, tadpoles and like spider nests and stuff like that. So hopefully that would look like that, otherwise I failed. But yeah, let's crack on. I also forget to mention about one last ingredient, milk. So for those who are vegan, there is such thing as a vegan condensed milk. So there's definitely an alternative of a vegan version of this, and of course you can use vegan milk like oat milk, almond milk, soy milk, blah blah blah. I'm lactose intolerant, so I should be using alternative milk, but for today we're going to go for traditional condensed milk, and then some semi-skim milk or full fat milk, depending what you prefer. And as for the condensed milk, I've gone for a full can, which is on roughly 400 grams, so it's 200 grams for per recipe. So start by boiling some hot water so that when you cook the boba, it's at boiling point temperature. So first of all, pour in your boba, then the hot water. Maintain the heat until bubbling, and once it bubbles, turn the heat down to medium heat. And if it still continues to bubble, turn it down to low heat and let it cook for roughly between 10 to 12 minutes. You want basically both of them to be looking translucent. Test one, very chewy and kind of looking a bit more glossier. And especially with the Pandan Boba, you don't want undercooked boba, it can give you a tummy ache. Once that is done, we're going to move on to making the milk. So starting off, pumpkin milk. So weird, pumpkin milk, but start with heating up the condensed milk and the 1 cup of milk. And once that starts to like simmer and you're starting to see residual bubbles around the edges, add the pumpkin and add the spice. And then once that's done and it's heated thoroughly through, to have a taster, add more spice or pumpkin depending on taste. If you fancy a bit more of a spicier pumpkin milk. If you fancy a spicier pumpkin milk, add more spice. I suggest adding a little bit more cinnamon, adding a little bit more cardamom, or whatever you fancy. I prefer like an allspice mix so that you can get a real like mix of flavors. If you can get pumpkin spice, then great, use that. Add a bit more if you fancy it. You can add a bit of ginger if you wanted to. I think that's maybe pushing on the spice level, but it could be quite tasty actually. The pandan milk. So again, the same process with the pumpkin milk. Start with boiling both the condensed milk and the cup of normal milk in a saucepan, let it simmer up, and when it warms up, add the pandan paste at the end. If you fancy adding a little bit of sugar. A nice alternative, which I found really cool and I only learned recently, is that you can add coconut milk. Pandan and coconut milk is such a great pairing, and if any of you have ever tried coconut latte, I mean, you're missing out if you haven't. Honestly, it's so delicious. And if there is anyone out there, I wonder if like, does anyone know how to get those like coconut pieces that you get in boba tea shops? Let me know down in the comments down below, because I never find them. I don't know if it's because we lack it in the supermarkets around my area, but if it's on Amazon, I might have to buy some, because it'll be really cool to add some into the both of these Vietnamese coffee today. All these ingredients and all the recipes and measurements, find it down below this video, so check that out. I probably will write this up on my Instagram post, so please do, as always, like, subscribe and click on the bell for my YouTube channel. Go follow my Instagram, go follow my Facebook, go follow my social media. I make sure that I do quite a thorough post detailing all the ingredients and all the recipes that you need for this one, and for all the past, previous, future content or recipes that I make. So, I remember saying that I'm using the goblet glasses. This is the pumpkin one. I'm gonna have a quick try now. Wow. Ngon. Wow, quá ngon. That is so ngon, which means tasty. So something I learned, and this is probably a tip for you guys, probably have well prepared, well in advance, but the goblet ones are a little bit big, a little bit chunky. So I have gone for a lovely shorter glass, and that looks so epic. Oh, that's delicious. So yeah, definitely try these ones. I'm gonna take some photos of what I want to look like later on, so I'll bring it up here, and so you can guys can see what I've done. But the green boba and the black boba turned out so well. Look at that. Don't know if you can see it, the lighting's not doing it justice. I found out that there are different shapes of boba out there, or pearls, or whatever you like to call it, tapioca balls, objects. These were really fun, just doing like some Halloween ones, and some like gory green like Vietnamese coffee. The coffee and the condensed milk is always a treat already. I would suggest that if you don't want it to be too sugary, make sure you add more like normal milk, or like reduce the amount of like condensed milk you use, or use more coffee, whatever, take your pick. But in general, like, find a really nice like glass. I live with adults, so we don't have like really good funny or like Halloween-y glasses, and like I said, like Vietnamese people don't celebrate Halloween, but I thought this would be a really nice treat. I love this was so fun to do. I didn't expect the pandan to go that green, but I'm drinking goblin's blood right now. Goblin's blood. Yeah, so good, so yummy, and really good for like those people who have sweet tooth. Enjoy. As always. So if you like this recipe, and if you want to like see more, well then definitely like, subscribe and click on the bell. I make crazy weird Vietnamese stuff, like something that I like to eat, something that is traditional, non-traditional, modern, twisted, kind of like bit of like different cultures, mixy is what I call it. This one is a bit of just something that satisfies and quenches my like need for like Vietnamese coffee, but then like making it really Halloween. I do wish that I prepared better glasses for it, but I realized like these ones are far more funner. Oh, the green balls are so delicious and so yummy, so check them out. They're called Pandan tapioca balls, but to be honest with you, like the the black ones and the green ones are not the only ones. There are like multiple colors, rainbow color tapioca balls. So if that's your thing, go check it out. I loved making those tapioca balls. They're so easy. I will put it down in the description below every detail and all the links that you need for this recipe, including any equipment I've used so that you guys know what I'm using. Also, like, be fun with it, be creative. Like, I love Vietnamese coffee, and if this is the way to drink it, spot on. I love it. Cảm ơn các bạn.